Hello, everyone, and welcome to Enlighten. I'm your host, psychic medium Alexandria Saar. You can catch me every Thursday at 8:45 Eastern Time. So welcome, everybody. This evening, I'm going to be talking a lot about how to create your sacred space. But first, how is everyone feeling? We are currently in the last Mercury retrograde of 2021, and all 9 planets are in retrograde. So what I've noticed with quite a few clients and family members that I've chatted with is there has been some miscommunications, travel delays, as well as that need to really take a step back and revisit past goals. There's a feeling of fulfillment with previous jobs. There's a feeling that a chapter in our lives is currently coming to a close. There's that feeling of needing more education on something, feeling inspired to take the next few steps with a new job. And I'll tell you, that's the few blessings when it comes to Mercury retrograde. Although there's a lot of wonky energy out there right now, and I've seen a lot of that myself. We're seeds that are being planted right now as a collective. So Mercury retrograde is also here to help us overall when it comes to reviewing past lessons, when it comes to feeling that sense of connection with ourselves. So that's where it all really aligns with creating our sacred space. Now, a sacred space, everyone, is a place where we can come home to ourselves over and over again. It's sacred. It's ours. It's only ours. It's our safe little bubble. That's what I call it. I call it my nice positive bubble that can only really add positive energy to our environments because it's also really supporting self-growth for us. So the first step to creating that sacred space for you is really defining what's sacred to you. Okay? Is it a need for inspiration? A lot of us are different. A lot of us are unique in our needs in terms of what's sacred to us. Why do we need this sacred space? All of our goals are different. Is it for yoga? Is it for personal development? Is it just a space where you can get quiet time from the kids? So it's really different for everyone. And it may change over the years as you're changing over the years. So a lot of, in terms of the setup, it can be different. So it can be a space where you really create it to be inspired. It could be a place to honor your inner child, finding some pictures of people that inspire you. Some people like to make a makeshift altar. So that really aligns with finding things that inspire you, finding things that bring you back to presence. Myself personally, I love crystals. I'm a crystal fanatic. We will definitely be talking about crystals on Enlighten at some point, that's for sure. Bringing sage in, really overall personalizing it for you. Maybe it's bringing in a picture of yourself as a child as a reminder to connect with the inner child. I know quite a few people that have an altar that's designated just for that because it's so important for us to connect with that in our day-to-day lives. We're busy. A lot of us are working. A lot of us are, in burnout mode, and that's okay. It's most likely due to, I've seen, as well as the pandemic, holding space for others and picking up on the collective energy. So I always think it's really important to have that space. It's always resonated with me to have somewhere I can go where I can go back to presence. I can ground myself. My first sacred space, I was on a budget quite a few years ago. It was actually just a Buddha. I had a Buddha in front of me, and that's all I needed. And it's really shifted over the years, and it's something that I have a high immense amount of gratitude towards. We can set intentions that this is our space. I am going to go here and achieve A, B, and C. It's something that can help our minds and train our minds to get into a new routine that we may be struggling with. Especially during Mercury retrograde, it really influences how we feel about ourselves and others. And having that sense of presence and setting that intention. I intend today to jump into being heart-centered. And I want to talk a little bit about some of the caregiver burnout that I've seen lately. It seems like it's been a theme the past week and a half. I've seen it for light workers, for empaths, and for quite a few other people as well. I just want to give you that reminder today. It's okay to take a step back. It's okay to draw a line in the sand and set that boundary. Okay. I've been tuning into even some of the viewers right now, and I just want to give you that reminder. You're so loved. You're so loved by the source. And it feels like the source is pushing you to take that next step. It feels like speaking truth. Speaking truth is a common theme right now, even speaking truth to ourselves. I intend to have some more self-care into my routine. I intend to find this beautiful sacred space that maybe can help me get into a routine with a goal. And everyone's different. A sacred space may not even be something that you have in your home. It may be a park or a beautiful, spot with nice nature. Something that can help us ground ourselves. It really can really benefit yourselves and the others around you. There's a few different ways that I feel just right now and intuitively that can help yourself with getting some more energy for those that have been experiencing burnout or really have been influenced by some of the Mercury retrograde energy, excuse me. I always suggest Epsom salt baths, going for a walk. I'm a big sage fan. There's sage spray for those of you guys that don't like, smoke or it being a little bit intense. You could also just get sage and get a smell. I always suggest keeping, while you're doing it, the windows open a crack so it can help some of the energy flow out and the energy won't be trapped. Another really important thing when we're saging, if this resonates with you, it's allowing ourselves to set this intention behind the clearing for ourselves and for our space. I intend to have this space filled with love and positivity. This clutter is now cleared, and now it's filled with love. It's filled with inspiration. Going back to our sacred space, it's really important to set intention behind this. Myself personally is something that's helped me with my sacred space is I have some daily intentions that are right on the wall, right in front of it, so I can look at it every single day as a reminder to myself. Why do I need this? Why is this beneficial for me? I always intend to have this intention of having a heart-centered space. And that's why I go to my sacred area. It's my refuge, especially now during Mercury retrograde. I felt especially more introverted than usual, and I'm sure some of you guys have as well. I actually just talked to a client who has been experiencing, and client and family member who has been experiencing an awakening, and she's felt the same way. So all of the lovely souls that are watching this tonight, I'm so proud of you. You're doing a great job. Hold off on signing those contracts or papers until October 18th when retrograde is over, because we don't want any mistakes. We don't want any miscommunications. And overall, this is your reminder to honor yourself. and take care of your needs before you help other people, because you're a special soul. Now, everyone, next week I'm going to be talking about mediumship and how to prepare yourself for a reading. There's so many different ways you can do that, and I get so many questions about that. So we'll be talking about that. I will also be taking a caller next week. So everybody, I am so happy that you joined me tonight. I'm so happy we could talk about creating a sacred space. And I hope you guys all enjoy the rest of your night. I know myself, I'm going to be going back to my sacred space and going over some of my intentions that I have, especially for the rest of this retrograde. So just know, retrograde isn't necessarily a curse. It's also a blessing. So, sending you support, sending you love, and I'm so blessed to be on A1R Psychic Radio every week, every Thursday. I hope you guys all have a lovely night.